Hello Greenstylers, Cynthia here, and today we will be stitching up Greenstyle's Tiny Tee together. The Tiny Tee is our sleek, slim fit t-shirt, and today you will see the following options being sewn up. The open back option with less coverage option, the waist length, which is the middle of our 3 length options, the short sleeve option versus the long sleeve available. I'll be making the high neckline versus the lower neckline, which is available. I'll be making the standard front bodice. There is a 2-inch FBA piece included in the pattern. For the Tiny Tee, we suggest performance fabrics or knit with spandex or lycra and about 75% horizontal and 50% vertical stretch. Now let's take a look at the pieces you'll need to cut. Piece B1, the front. Transfer all notches onto your fabric from the pattern pieces. Cut 1 on the fold. For the open back option, cut piece B3, the open back upper. Choose the less or more coverage option. Cut 2 as mirror images, transferring all notches onto your fabric. For this option, you'll also need B4, the open back lower. Transfer your notches onto your fabric, and in addition, you'll need piece B5, the back facing. This is a tiny piece that will finish that top edge of your lower back. Make sure to mark the center of this piece, as I've done with a marker. Cut 2 of piece S1, the sleeve, as mirror images. Mark the front notch, the back notch, and also the center marking of the sleeve. This will help you attach the sleeve to the sleeve opening. Cut either the short length shown here or the long sleeve length. Cut 1 of piece B6, the neckband. Cut the shorter length if you're using rib knit or the longer length for self fabric. We'll begin by folding the long straight edge of the open back upper 1/2 inch to the wrong side, as I've already done here. To create this nice fold, I've drawn a line 1 inch away from that long edge, folded the raw edge up to the line to create a 1/2 inch fold to the wrong side, then used an iron and spray starch to press it in place. Use a stretch stitch on your sewing machine or a cover stitch to top stitch these folds into place. Be careful not to stretch the hem while sewing. If you're using a cover stitch with a differential, you can set it 1 setting up from neutral to prevent that stretching. Now repeat for the other side. With right sides up, overlap these pieces and baste at the shoulder and neckline. Now bring over your lower back piece and your newly constructed upper back piece. We're going to match up these notches with right sides together. So flip the lower back piece onto the upper back with right sides touching. Line up the notch and the edges of the bodice. Pin or clip into place. Baste these 2 pieces together, and I recommend placing your stitch about 1/4 inch away from the edge. Here's my piece newly basted. Now flip it over and we will work from this side. Bring over your back facing and mark the center if you haven't already. We're going to lay it with right side face down and then lay it on top of your back piece. Align the center and the edges. You'll need to stretch it slightly to attach it, so add more pins and clips as needed. Stitch using a stretch stitch or serger. Now, while we will need to stretch the band slightly in order to attach it, we want to be very careful not to stretch out the back piece. If you can adjust the differential on your serger, you may find it helpful to prevent stretching. Raise it just 1 notch. This will create a very, very slight gathering effect on your fabric that can be easily pressed out and is preferable to stretching out the back. Stitch the facing on without cutting away any of the fabric. And now is a good time to press that seam allowance downward toward the bottom of the shirt. And now back at the table, we'll fold the back facing down to cover the seam allowance. I'll be using some wash away adhesive tape to hold it in place. But pins also work well here. Now use a stretch stitch or cover stitch to top stitch in place, again being very careful not to stretch this seam while sewing. With right sides together, align the front and back at the shoulder seams and side seams. Pin or clip into place. Stitch with a stretch stitch or serger and a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Now grab those sleeves, fold them in half with right sides together, aligning at the underarm seams, and pin or clip into place. Stitch with a stretch stitch or serger and a 3/8 inch seam allowance. When serging into a corner such as this one, think of straightening out the fabric versus turning the fabric as it enters the foot. You want to straighten it out more like this as it enters the foot. And this will result in maintaining that neat little notch that we have at the bottom of the sleeve that's helpful for hemming. Now with sleeves right side out and shirt wrong side out, slip the sleeves into the arm side of the bodice with right sides together. The hem of the sleeve goes in first so that you can line up the curvy arm side part of the sleeve with the arm side opening. Make sure that the single notch matches up with the single notch on the shirt, and the double notch on the sleeve matches up with the double notch on the shirt. Align the single notches and pin into place. Align the shoulder seam with the shoulder notch on your sleeve and pin into place. Align the double notch on the sleeve with the double notch on the shirt. And finally align the side seam of the shirt with the seam of the sleeve. Use additional clips as needed. If you're a beginner, the more clips the merrier. Stitch with a stretch stitch or serger and a 3/8 inch seam allowance. If you're stitching in the round on the serger, you may notice that at the place where you serge on, you haven't taken quite the full 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, so there will be a little hump there. As you get to that spot while stitching in the round, continue stitching and cutting just past that starting point. You'll see where you are actually at the 3/8 seam allowance. Turn off your knife and then stitch a few extra stitches to lock in that stitch. Now you'll have a nice smooth circle. Before stitching the neckband, I like to create a memory crease. Do this by folding it in half with wrong sides together, and this is what your neckband will look like after it's stitched. Press the crease and then take it back, fold it with right sides together in order to stitch the short end. Use a straight stitch and a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Once stitched, you can open out that seam before folding the neckband in half. The seam will become our center back, and use that point to help you find and mark the center front. You may also find it helpful to mark the quarter points. If you have a directional print like I do, make sure to check which will be the right side and which will be the wrong side. The right side will lay against the shirt as you pin into place, matching the front center and the back center. Stitch with a stretch stitch or serger and a 3/8 inch seam allowance. You will need to stretch the neckband slightly to fit, but being very careful not to stretch the shirt. Fold the neckband up and press the seam allowance down, and now you can top stitch with a cover stitch or twin needle or stretch stitch if desired. Turn the sleeve under 5/8 of an inch to the wrong side and pin or clip into place. But note that if you're making the long sleeved version, you'll turn under 1 full inch. Top stitch using a stretch stitch, twin needle, or cover stitch. Now turn the bottom edge of the shirt up 1 inch toward the wrong side and pin or clip into place. Top stitch using a stretch stitch, twin needle, or cover stitch. And congratulations, you are done with your very own Greenstyle Tiny Tee. Thanks so much for sewing along with me, and as usual, happy sewing from me and all of us at Greenstyle.